Welcome to the first part of my very long GameCube collection video, where I'm going to show pretty much all of the GameCube games that I have. This is a brand new 2024 HD edition with this camera. And since my last GameCube collection video, which by the way, a lot of people at the time I remember when they were originally up, they got a lot of views and a lot of people were really interested in my collection, so figured might as well do an update one showing a bunch more that I got. So yeah, so here we go. Let me move that. So the first one is not necessarily a game per se, but it's the Game Boy Player disc that came with the Game Boy Player, which is on the bottom. The camera can focus and not be a total rectum. Right, there you go. This is the disc that came with it. I got my copy with the actual adapter for 75 bucks. Well spent, because now it goes for double that now. You can basically, you have to have this disc to play the games, so you can play Game Boy games, Game Boy Color games, and Game Boy Advance games. You can't play Nintendo DS games because this is pre that, so. I'll show you what the actual disc looks like. It's in really nice condition. There's the disc, if the camera can focus. Yep. So I put it in this case for safekeeping. Of course, it's not the original art. I actually printed this myself. The original case was like clear and it was smaller, but I think this is a lot more protective if you ask me, but that's just me. Now on to the actual start of the actual games. A little bit worn, but whatever. Ultimate Spider-Man for GameCube. I played this on my YouTube channel. If you followed my Spider-Man games, when I did all the Spider-Man games on my channel, this is really good. I had a lot of fun with this one. It had a very comic book style to it, cel-shaded look to it, and of course it had the voice of Sean, forgot the guy's name, but he did the voice of Mac in Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. He also was the voice of Spider-Man in this one. Sean Marquette, that was his name. And it's complete. I originally played this game back in the day in elementary school because my friend had the PS2 version. So years later I bought the GameCube version. And it's a very good game. I highly recommend it. You get to play Spider-Man and Venom in that one. Goldeneye, Rouge Agent. This, I gotta be honest with y'all, this is the one James Bond game that I actually spent the least amount of time with. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a great game, but I don't know, it's just, this one was just not as good as some of the other ones, like, you know, Agent Under Fire or whatever. But it's still alright. Of course, this came from a smoker's home, so of course it smells like cigarettes. It's a 2-disc game. There's disc 1, there's disc 2, and there's the manual. I have to beat it to have more of an opinion on it, but I just remember it being kind of just alright, you know. It's still good, just my least favorite of the James Bond games on the GameCube. Yes, here we go. Shrek Extra Large. One of the first cringe throughs I did on my YouTube channel. This is essentially the first Shrek game on Xbox, sort of redone, and on the GameCube. Really not much of a difference with this and the Xbox version. But it was one of the first Shrek games that was ever released. And it doesn't even follow the movie at all. It's sort of like its own story. But then again, they had little to work with. so I'll give him, you know, some flack. There's the manual and there's the disc. But yeah, check out Shrek Extra Large if you want to play one of the very first Shrek games. It's far from the best Shrek game, but it's still really good for what it is. We got Shrek 2 on the Gamecube. This is, of course, the player's choice version. This is good too. I need to do a gameplay of this for sure, because I know a lot of people want to see more Shrek games on my channel. So yeah. It's basically like you go through the stages, do a bunch of stuff, and you play. It's a 4-player game too, but you do a bunch of random stuff. It does follow the movie very slightly, more than the first game, that's for sure. I got this at Goodwill long time ago. There's the disc. This didn't come with a manual, but you know, not too worried about it. This one is probably my favorite, Shrek Superslam. I have this on both GameCube and PS2. I got the GameCube version much later. It's basically Mario Part or Super Smash Brothers with Shrek characters. That's the best I can explain it. And it's a lot of fun, especially with friends. Me and my brother used to play this all the time, and I 100%ed it. Well, I guess 98% of it. There's some pretty ridiculous stuff you have to do to get all the tokens and 100% it, but you know, I 100%ed the extra levels and stuff, so I guess that counts somewhat. I don't know. Yeah, so there's the manual and there's the disc. Fantastic game. You can get it for a good price. I highly recommend it, especially with friends. Top Gun Combat Zones. Just Top Gun on the GameCube. It's not that special. Controls are kind of clank, not gonna lie. It's one of the early GameCube games, you know. And Tom Cruise isn't even in it. What the heck? Does he have to be, though? But yeah, there's the manual. Oh, there's a Top Gun game on the Game Boy Advance. I did not know that. What's a poster? Oh, that's cool. What's this game? Virtual Kasparov. I have no idea. Feel free to tell me in the comments if that game is good or not. Also a Titus mail-in. That creepy looking fox on the cover. But yeah, not the best Top Gun game, but you know, it's out there. It's also on PS2. It actually came out a year before on PS2 that it did on GameCube. Legends of Wrestling, the very first one. I got this at a used game store, and of course it's seen better days. I also have the PS2 version. I don't know which version runs better. Ooh, yeah, that's, I didn't realize. I had to get another case for this. I don't know which version runs better, because sometimes I'll get games and one version will run better than the other as far as like frame rate goes, so I don't know. It might run the same, I don't remember. I think it did though. And there's the disc. This came from Movie Gallery back in the day, so it's definitely a previous rental. I also have the second one as well, which I'll show in another part. 007 Nightfire. You know what? I'll show this one first, since we're going by the... Might as well show this first. 007 Agent Under Fire. This was a lot of fun. Definitely, without a doubt, one of my focus camera. Focus! Thank you. Definitely one of my favorite GameCube games of all time. That's for sure. You get to... I know people will be like, oh, you know, this game is not as good as Goldeneye, you know. But I didn't grow up with the N64, so you can have your Goldeneye all you want. I never played it. Yeah, sue me. I never played Goldeneye. I was way too young for this. So this is my Goldeneye, alright? Yeah, this game's really fun. You get to drive. A lot of driving missions, too. Yeah. Definitely a lot better than the GameCube, or the PS2 version, I think. There's actually a mission where you can, like, zoom in on a girl showering. It's not really a girl showering. It's like a... it's like a illusion or whatever. And if you look at a sniper, you can actually see her through. Not even joking. Look it up if you don't believe me. Then, of course, we got Nightfire, which is a lot longer than Agent Under Fire, and which also has probably one of the longest credit scenes I've ever seen in a video game. Someone named 7B used to own this, I don't know. This was a lot harder, actually, I remember being, than Agent Under Fire, which is good, because as much as I love Agent Under Fire, that game's a little too easy. Yeah, this had a lot more of a challenge. Very, very good. And Pierce Brosnan voiced James Bond in this one. Which I think this was the last... one of the last, I think, 007 games he had a voice in. So, but it's complete. It has the disc and the manual and everything. Also, my friend Emily really loves this game too. I know Emily played that a lot when she was younger. With this game, The Sims Bustin Out, which is basically the GameCube version of the first Sims game with added content, requires memory card 251. This has a lot of... Yeah, you need a really big memory card for this game, 161. It's basically The Sims, like, more with, like, party-style kind of areas, and, you know, you get to make your own house, and it's pretty fun. It's sort of like an expansion pack to the first one. Is best I can explain it. Like, I know the game was also released on GameCube, the first one, but I heard this is a lot better. I know it's a lot better, but it does have the manual. I don't have a whole lot of Sims games. I have a bunch of them, though. Well, actually, you know what? I think this actually might be my... well, that's not true. I have My Sims on Nintendo DS. Oh, shoot! Did I not show... Oh, this is awkward. There is one game I forgot to show in the Nintendo DS. Oh, man. You know what? I'll redo that video. Anyway, Sims Bustin Out. That just reminded me. That's a little embarrassing. Whatever. Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX 2. The second game in the Dave Mirra series. This was a lot of fun. It is kind of hard if you don't have big stats, and some of the Missions can be a pain. In fact, I've seen people actually struggle on some of the same missions that I did, so. And you get to play as the Slim Jim dude in this one. You know, remember the Slim Jim guy? Probably not, but. And this GameCube version has 2 additional levels, Venice and Greenville. Super high-res graphics. And I gotta say, they're pretty good. I think my favorite mission is the desert one. That was a lot of fun. It's kind of weird, though. It's not like the Tony Hawk games where you press the A button to accelerate. You actually have to press or push forward the control stick to accelerate. It's really bizarre. But it's complete. There's the disc. I forgot to mention the ragdoll physics in this game are absolutely hilarious. Hey, I have that game. You'll see that in another video. I need to play this again. I remember it being a lot of fun. For like a bike game. And speaking of, hey, look at that. How did that happen? Extreme G Racing, made by Acclaim. Basically, Acclaim's response to F-Zero. Very, very hard, but very, very fun. If you like really intense racing games that go super, super fast, then you will absolutely love this game. It was actually one of the first GameCube games. Not that I got, just the ones that were the first ones that came out. But it's complete. I don't have the second one that came out. Extreme G Racing 2 or whatever. I still need to get that one. Or do I have it? I don't think. No, I don't. I don't think I do. I usually know every game I have, so. And as usual, my leg falls asleep. Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup. So, remember when recently... Hold on a second. So remember when people complained that the Hogwarts Legacy didn't have Quidditch, which in my opinion was a big, 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 big mistake they did. This is what it should have been. Right here. Well, I guess they were thinking, oh, you know, people have Quidditch World Cup, so, you know, we don't need Quidditch in the newer game. Whatever. With that being said, I played this on my YouTube channel, and I had a lot of fun with it. Get to have your own Quidditch team, and you get to play Quidditch. It's sort of like more advanced than, like, say, the first Harry Potter games that had Quidditch, you know, had in those games, so. You have all different countries. You could play as, like, Switzerland, England, whatever. Different teams. But yeah, there's the disc, and it is complete. I don't think it was complete when I originally got it. I think I bought the manual later on. But yeah, regardless, I highly recommend Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup if you want to play a really good Quidditch game. And since pretty much there, I don't think they'll ever make a Harry Potter Quidditch game, this is what you got. So, yeah, it's either that or nothing, so. Yeah, take that as you will.